Hello and welcome back to the Taylor Seminars, where we talk about how Taylor Swift turns life into poetry. My name is Hannah, and I'm here with my co-host Exquisite. Hello.
Hi, Hannah.
How are you?
Good. I just realized today we're talking about a song that we literally both shaded yesterday.
Yesterday?
I mean, last podcast, which
Oh,
is
oh, oh. Yeah, I will say, like, it is definitely a song that's very popular. It is on the Eras Tour, but is it our favorite on the album? No. But is
no,
that okay? Yes.
yeah,
Right?
it's not terrible. Like we're not saying it's an awful song.
Yeah, it is really not. It is I will say it is in fact a very fun song to sing very loudly at the Eras tour, especially the bridge. I think one of the things about this song is that it's actually a very straightforward song compared to a lot of the
Yeah,
songs that she's done. Like all the verses are just here's what happened. And then the
exactly.
bridge is like, and this is a little bit of the context, and then the last bit of song is, and that's why we're not together.
Mhm.
But so yeah, Champagne Problems is let's just do some of the logistics. Track 2 of Evermore. It is actually has a very interesting credits. It is produced by Taylor Swift and Aaron Dessner, but the songwriters are Taylor Swift and William Bowery. And so that is something that she obviously wrote with her previous partner, and
I
it
think she said he did the piano on it,
yeah.
and he was like, "Ooh, okay."
Yeah. And then this is one of those things I think she was talking about, like how they liked sad songs, right? So,
Mm.
um, and then before we get, and so I think, yeah, before we get into the song, so she does write, I think, in the Evermore prologue that this is like longtime college sweethearts who had very different plans for the same night, one to end it and one who brought a ring. Like,
Ooh.
well, yes. Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so yes, and then in the interview with Apple Music, she explained that yeah, like so William Bowery slash Joe had come up with the melodic structure of it, and then they started writing it together. And she said, and that's also where she said that she was so excited to just scream the bridge in the tour, and that's kind of how we all figured that if there were one Evermore song on the tour, it'd probably be this one and Willow.
Yep. Yep. And then we got a whole lot more Evermore songs than we were expecting.
Yeah.
Um, Also, fun fact, Atlanta Night One was the very first night to put up the torches if you're British, but the I randomly forgot how to say flashlight and said it like a British person. The flashlights on their phones, but we didn't do it for Marjorie. We did it for Champagne Problems, and then night two switched it to Marjorie.
That makes
So
sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
that's my concert's claim to fame is we started
The
the phone
flashlight,
the
putting your lights
flashlight.
up. Or
Why do I keep forgetting the word for flashlight?
so yeah. And then let's talk about the title, Champagne Problems. What is a champagne problem?
Rich
Exquisite.
people issues. So base no, literally it's rich people issues. It's like a saying where if a rich person's complaining about something, they're like, "Oh, I just got a new car and now I gotta wash it." It's like that's a champagne problem. Like you get to drink champagne and have this problem. It's not something that would happen or matter to anybody else who isn't as privileged as you are.
Yeah, I think a little broader is like it's a first world problem, right?
Yep.
Like this is a, and you're making it's a big deal for people who have privilege, and it might not seem like a big deal to other people, but yeah, to you, in that time, it is a big problem, and it has that double meaning that Taylor loves because we will see a use of champagne in this
Yeah.
song.
There's some literal alcohol
Yeah.
in here as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So now that we've kind of talked about that, let's dive in. Let me open up
Yeah.
this tab. All right, let me start with verse 1. You booked the night train for a reason, so you could sit there in this hurt. Bustling crowds or silent sleepers, you're not sure which is worse. I'll just keep going.
Yep.
Because I dropped your hand while dancing, left you out there standing, crestfallen on the landing, champagne problems. Your mom's ring in your pocket, My picture in your wallet. Your heart was glass. I dropped it. Champagne problems.
So what's really interesting about the framing here to me is because when the song first opens, it's almost like it's going to be in second person, like she's talking about herself in the second person. But then we get that I, so it's like, oh, we're talking about we're she's talking about her partner. The speaker is talking about the partner. So that opening with the you, like when you first hear it setting up, it's like, oh, so I'm sitting on the thing, and it's like, oh, you think the I is the singer. You're like, I'm one with the singer. But then you're like, oh no, I am talking to somebody else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then yeah, we're and then we see that these two people are not together, right? Like you're somewhere there, right? And I'm
Hmm.
here. There's definitely this separation that's very clear from the beginning of the song. And
Which, well, it's
well,
about
yes.
separating. So it's like there's that intent, there's an intentionality of opening it with the you and then immediately separating the you from the I.
And
Because yeah, in typical sense, the you, if you start with you, that means the whole thing is going to be you. So the you is the reader and we're doing a second person thing. And she's like, ah, no, 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 no. This song is in first person and we're separate now.
yeah. And Taylor does love a good you. That's what happened.
Hmm.
You, ooh, ooh.
Hmm.
And so we also have this picture. We love Taylor loves her imagery. Taylor loves her train imagery. We talked about it last episode. A lot of you guys were mad about us connecting. Our train
Ugh,
can take
which
you
was
home
so
to
sick.
I look in people's windows. And here
This is
we,
also related to look in people's windows if
yeah,
you really
she's
think
looking
about
through his train window as it's
it.
going away, right? Like
Yeah.
people don't generally, like to travel at night. Really, you want to be in your bed. But if you got
Yeah.
somewhere to go fast, or you want to, so let's look at this person. So this person booked a night train. Why? So you could sit there in this hurt. So something bad happened. Bustling crowds, because a night train is pretty quiet, empty. But so you could have taken
Hmm.
a morning train, but that would be a bustling crowd and you in this hurt. Or silent sleepers. So you're in hurt in solitude and quiet. But which is
Hmm.
really worse? There's no good options.
Exactly. And that's why it was kind of like I think that also that dichotomy she like lays out here is why he picked the night train. He figured, quiet is probably better than being surrounded by people while I am suffering this heartbreak that it wasn't supposed to be. They were supposed to be on the train together. And then he'd be like, oh, maybe we would have wanted a night train so no one's bothering us in our bliss.
Or
You
yeah, to
know?
me it definitely seems like he just booked it out of there.
He
Haha,
was
booked
like,
it.
I need to get out. I need to get out. And then it's like, now I'm sitting alone in this train. And I'm like, maybe I should have gone in the morning so I
Yeah.
could be
And I think the
distracted.
other sad
People
thing about
watch.
this is that like she can't ask him anymore. Right?
Hmm.
Like if we had been dating or we were close, I could ask you, "Hey, like why'd you book the night train?" But this thing. And the other thing I want to go back to is like when you talked about the you and the I, these
Hmm.
pronouns are going to come back in full force in the bridge. So let's just hold on to
Yep.
that. Um but yeah, what did you think about this chorus? What's something that stand out to you?
Literally, she goes so full imagery. Um, I dropped your hand while dancing. And the thing is, she gets the because all of that in the beginning, we don't know what the hurt is, right? In that very first verse. We don't know why this person is going home alone, right? We just know it's bad. And she's like, well, because I did something. I dropped your hand when we were supposed to dance, and I left you alone. And it's like, left you out there standing crestfallen on the landing. Like, wow. Like outside on the porch, everybody's around them.
Yes, so a landing is like the area of like imagine like a grand ballroom staircase where at the top of the
Hmm.
stairs there's like almost it doesn't just immediately go up to the stairs, but there's like a platform. There's like a wooden usually like if you're in a grand ballroom and there's two staircases that go up around the side and then there's like that area the king and queen or like the
Hmm.
party people can look overlook. That's like a landing. So they're not like falling and landing on something. And so they were maybe dancing on this like little balcony-ish overlook landing area. And then he said something, "Will you marry me?" And then she dropped his hand and she was like, "No."
Or it could even have been like literally that same thing, or um it could have been like they were dancing, she stopped and was like, let's go talk outside. And
Yes.
they're out there on the landing and she's like, we have to break up. He hadn't even asked any questions
Because
because
the ring's
and the
still in the
reason I yeah,
pocket.
the reason I think he didn't ask is because the ring is in the pocket. And I
Yes.
don't think like I think she was probably aware that this may have been coming, so she preemptively stopped it. But I don't think she knew it was gonna happen that night. I don't think she knew. I
Oh
don't think the
man.
eye in the speaker knew that that ring was in the pocket until later.
Which is crazy to me because I don't think you should ever propose to somebody without them knowing that you're going to propose.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
think
should be on the same page.
the only surprise should be when
Yeah.
and where,
Yeah.
never
If.
that it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
never if.
So there's other problems going on here.
Which is like evidence. There's so much evidence in that, right?
Yeah.
But just the it's your mom's ring. That's how like it's like supposed to be this special thing. Like my mom approves of you. That implies that the family approves of this match. You
And like
know, like my mom gave her ring.
yeah, it's a beautiful symbol, but now it's like, oh no.
Yeah. And you also kind of have to imagine for the speaker, the fact that it was his mom's ring made it worse
Yeah.
for them.
That's why the details
It's
added.
like it's like, oh, it was never going to be mine. Like I can't step into this person you want me to be. And we'll
Hmm.
get into that later on about why the speaker said no.
Right.
Um
We have this picture in the wallet, which is, very, very couple, that's a very
mhm.
couple thing to do. And then your heart was glass, right? It was glass is
Precious,
fragile, it's precious, it's
fragile.
beautiful. And then I dropped it, which means it's shattered. She's
Hmm.
done a lot of glass shattering, whether it's in Right Where You Left Me, which will be later in the album. Uh, Another one, Coney Island. Did I close my fist around something delicate? Did I shatter you?
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of brokenness happening on this album.
It really
The,
is all.
the other one I want to
Oh God.
mention is the crestfallen on the landing. So to be
Hmm.
crestfallen is to be sad and disappointed. But I love that in the word you have the word fallen or falling, right? Like so
Hmm.
you've fallen on the landing, but also the glass was dropped, it fell, it's fallen.
Yep.
Like it's
Yeah.
and the way she sings it, crestfallen on the landing,
Yep.
champagne problems. Like it literally goes
Yeah.
down to the ground.
It goes down. She like yeah. And also the thing about the word crestfallen is that it's such a strong word. Like you feel your face frowning. It's
Hmm.
like crestfallen. Like it's not just it's like the entire world was just ripped out from beneath his feet.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we have here the
Messy.
repeated champagne problems, right? So, yes, this is a first world problem, right? No one died. uh, but also, it's a champagne problem because it was supposed to be this celebratory thing. You pop
Yeah.
champagne.
You know what I just realized about this song?
What?
There's no chorus. There's just a refrain.
Yes. So, yeah. So, I guess this is kind of the chorus, the because I dropped your hand while dancing down to champagne problems. But it's like,
But
yeah.
even then, it's not. Like it is, but it's not. Because every time she repeats it, it's not the same. Like she doesn't repeat it the same way.
Yes,
So
yes,
it's
yes, yeah.
less of a chorus and more of a refrain,
Yeah. The,
which is
the,
very
the
interesting.
chorus is champagne problems.
Yeah. It's literally just champagne problem.
Yeah. All right. You want to
Uh
grab the next bit?
yeah, I'll go to the next champagne problem. You told your family for a reason. You couldn't keep it in. Your sister splashed out on the bottle. Now no one's celebrating. Don Perignon, you brought it. No crowds of friends applauded. Your hometown skeptics called it champagne problems. I'll keep going actually. You had a speech, you're speechless. Love slipped beyond your reaches, and I couldn't give a reason. Champagne problems.
Oof.
Ugh. Okay, I'm like, actually, I appreciate the song a lot more than I remember appreciating it as we're like going through. But that's how I feel about basically all Taylor songs, when we start talking about it. But just in that first couple of lines there of like she is encapsulating how excited this person was and how much they envisioned like their life together. And it's also like you were so excited and you're telling your family and all this. Could you not see that I was detached? Like, were you not paying attention? Were you like
Ooh.
so caught up in your own excitement about this? That's why you didn't see this coming.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, so we get that repetition. You took the night train for a reason. You told your family for a reason. Again, she's
Hmm.
never going to get the reason. There was a reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. For this one, it's just like he was too excited because he
Yeah.
couldn't keep it in.
Yeah. But even, yeah. And then your sisters splashed out on the bottle. So that could mean like she bought it. She bought a lot of money for this.
Yes.
You'll see. We'll see later why this bottle was so expensive. Or she literally like was trying to like make it rain champagne.
Yeah, she got drunk as well. She could have been really drunk, or she
Hmm.
spent a lot of money.
But now, like, can you imagine how awkward?
Oh my God.
How
Oh my
awkward.
God.
Like,
You can imagine this party. It's supposed to be an engagement
I
party.
would be melt. Like, yeah, like
Oh my,
people want to melt into the floor. Like,
like, oh
it's
my God,
bad.
she doesn't know it's her own engagement party.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. Like,
Oh my
imagine
God.
she shows up at the restaurant or this like venue, and he's all his family and her friends are there, and he's on the landing, and she goes up to him, and before he tries to have her dance, and she's like, "Wait, can we talk?"
Oh, and you have to imagine, you guys set the scene. You see the couple you're there to celebrate, right? You're like, oh look, my friend's about to propose to his girlfriend. We're all so excited, and then you see her like tap his shoulder and bring him outside. I'm about to be so nosy. I'm like watching. I'm watching
You are
out the
live
window.
tweeting it as you
Exactly.
watch.
I'm like, oh my God, you guys, guess what just happened at this? It's supposed to be a secret engagement party, and you look out the window and you see his face drop.
He's crestfallen.
And now nobody's celebrating. Like it's awkward. Oh my God. I'm getting like hives. Imagine being
No,
in this
no,
situation.
because look, he brought Dom Perignon, right? This is fancy, fancy, fancy champagne, right? Um, and so,
Yeah.
and yeah, this is not just sparkling wine. This is champagne from Champagne. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. How much is a bottle of Don Perignon? It's vintage only, so it's always vintage apparently. Don Perignon price. 400 a bottle.
Jesus. And
Jesus
there'd be
Christ.
more than one
Or
bottle.
800. Jesus Christ.
Well,
Mind you, she says no.
yeah. And no crowd of friends applauded. Well, obviously not, because there's nothing to celebrate it.
Yep.
And then I love this
Yep.
next line. Your hometown skeptics called it champagne problems. And there's two ways, at least, to read this, right? One is your hometown skeptics were like, we called it, we knew it wouldn't happen, we knew it was fake. Or the hometown skeptic literally called it champagne problems. Like, this
They're
is
like,
just
this
dumb.
isn't even really the gossip about.
Yep.
Like, it's not even that shocking. Like, we're bored. That's just what rich people do. They
Yeah.
break up, they make up, we don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Um, it's yeah, it's so interesting to be like they're talking about us, and it's not even like front page news.
Yeah. Yeah, like everyone else knew it wasn't gonna work in a way, right? Like the fact that you didn't know and like your immediate family didn't know, or like they were being delusional or just ignoring things, but like
Hmm.
some people knew, which is crazy. Like people, I saw one TikTok that was like, I would rather, like, it sucks to break up with somebody, but it's better, like, but that pain is better than the pity you get when you get married to
I
the wrong
know.
guy. And I was like, I bet some people were like, well, they should have broken up earlier.
Like we told him.
Or her.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
told them.
Yeah, we told them. And then, lovely little Taylor twist of phrase. You had a speech, but now you're speechless. Can't even
Ugh.
speak.
Like,
Too
and
stunned to
could
speak.
you imagine the speech he had prepared? Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow.
Wow.
Like he was ready to talk about their relationship and maybe even talk about the trip they made where he that gets brought up in the bridge, you know? And now he can't say anything.
Yep. Love slipped beyond your reaches. And this is an interesting line. I couldn't give a reason.
Which is so that I think that would be the worst part. If I'm the person who was gonna propose, that would be the worst thing for me. Is like, can you tell me why?
Yeah.
And you cannot. You can't say why.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I think the why, that's unacceptable, but is a why that I'm guessing to me. And the
Mm-hmm.
protagonist says, "I just don't love you," or "I," and then he's like, "But why?" And she's like, "I don't know," right? Like, but I can't,
Exactly.
right?
And I wonder if it's I just don't love you, or it's a well, we'll put a pin on this. We're
Yeah.
gonna discuss the why after we get through the song, I think.
Yep.
But just love slipped beyond your reaches is so interesting because she didn't say love slipped beyond my reaches,
Yep.
right? What she says for herself is your heart was glass, I dropped it.
Yeah.
For the person, it's you can't reach me anymore, like whatever we had, you can it's just beyond, like it's just beyond where you can touch it. And I couldn't give a reason. Ugh. Anyway.
All right. I'll do half the bridge and you can do the other
Okay,
half.
okay.
Your Midas touch on the Chevy door. November flush and your flannel cure. This dorm was once a madhouse. I made a joke. Well, it's made for me. How evergreen our group of friends. Don't think we'll say that word again. And soon they'll have the nerve to deck the halls that we once walked through.
Let's break that down. I love the way the bridge starts. Your Midas touch, and a Midas touch, King Midas, anything he touched turned to gold.
Mm-hmm.
Um, on the Chevy door. So she's like, your golden touch or whatever touched the Chevy. And I don't know, are Chevys considered a cheap person's car?
No,
Is
I
it her
think I
car?
think it was just
Are they expensive?
no. I think they're
I think it's just meant to be a truck.
just a car, like an American, a good old American Chevy.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's like your golden touch made even this fancy,
Chevy.
this not fancy, this
That's what I was trying to figure out.
regular
Are
old
Chevys
car.
fancy?
Yeah, no,
I don't
this
think
regular
Chevys are
old
fancy.
car, it turned it into something fancy, right? Because
Yeah, that's what I thought.
you made it like that, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can take it the next step further. Is like, but you actually don't want a Midas touch on a Chevy door because then your
Exactly.
car
You can't
cannot
open the
go
door.
anywhere because it is solid gold, which is the curse
Exactly.
of King Midas, actually.
He ends up turning his daughter gold. It's a whole thing. But I think it's important because it's like, in theory, it's like this is magnificent. You can turn anything to gold,
Mhm.
right?
All my problems are
So
solved.
yeah, in theory, their relationship is golden, right? No, especially because actually the fact that it's a Midas touch and Taylor's whole obsession with gold is very interesting, I
Mm-hmm.
think. Anyway,
Mm-hmm. Then we have the November flush and your flannel cure.
which is like she's cold and he gives her his flannel.
Yeah, I think that's so cute,
It's such
right?
a
I,
beautiful
I
way to
think
say
November
that.
flush could also be like a blush, right? Where
Hmm.
like, um, like, and whether it's because she's embarrassed or they start liking each other or she's cold, all those things. It's just the rush of blood to your face. And then the flannel cure, like a blanket or a jacket that's put over her. It is beautiful.
I know. What a beautiful turn of
And
words.
they were
And
apparently in college together because they were living in this dorm that was a
mhm.
converted asylum.
Literally, it was once a madhouse.
Yeah.
And our singer says it's made for me, which lets us know that we know now that the eye is mentally ill.
Yes.
We know now that this person singing to us is mentally ill
Or
with
yeah,
whatever, it
yeah,
doesn't matter.
yeah,
They would have been in an insane asylum.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Or
it
yeah, or,
doesn't, yeah.
yeah. It could be. It's just a little clue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
A little
then
bit.
and then, how evergreen our group of friends, and right. So if something is evergreen, it means it's like it like doesn't change. It's forever.
Yep. It stays that way forever. The
Yeah,
leaves don't fall down in the winter. Evergreen trees are like the Christmas trees.
yeah.
They're typically like pine trees or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So this was supposed to be a tight knit group that was going to last through thick and thin. All of the seasons of life, they were supposed to be together forever. And then immediately, Taylor goes, yeah.
Don't think we'll say that word again. And that
Ugh,
word is our.
I know. Oh my God.
Like,
They're his friends now.
yeah, we have the you, we have the I, and then we have this our that's only said once in this song, which is
And
here.
never again.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We'll say that word again because it's not something that's going to happen. Like, even I think we doesn't happen
It does.
again
Don't think oh, after that.
after that.
Yeah, I don't think so. After this little couplet in the bridge, I don't,
There's
it's
no more
always,
joint pronouns.
yep. And that's why the pronouns are important. And it's
Oh my
crazy that
God.
like she was literally in the middle of a thought where she's like, however green, like I made a joke, well, it's made for me, however green our group of friends. Wait, I don't think we'll ever say that word again. And then she keeps talking about how that
Yep.
group of friends are, and then he keeps talking about the dorm, I mean, where the people
Yeah.
will start walking through them, right? And like,
And the thing about that like kills me is, first of all, it's also connected to that, like the evergreen is like, trees. Trees are evergreen and those are Christmas trees. And then she goes, "Oh, Christmas.
yep.
Let me continue along those lines." And I love the line, "And soon they'll have the nerve to deck the halls
Mm-hmm.
that we once walked through," because she's like, life is going to go on
Mm-hmm.
forever past us,
Mm-hmm.
and it will not matter. So I think that we once walked through is the last we,
Yep.
I think. But it's like, yeah, like it's they're gonna move on. Like our friends are gonna move on, and this dorm we used to live in is going to keep changing, and life goes on, and we are never gonna have that again.
Yeah.
How sick and twisted that
Yeah.
is.
And she gets a little bit like angry, and soon they'll have the nerve to deck the halls that we once walked through, right? Because
Like
this is
she's
when
pissed.
this is what, yeah. So this next half of the bridge is when she starts getting really into it.
Yep. And I okay, I'm gonna read it, but there's a Swiftism, one of my favorite ones that she does. One for the money, two for the show. I never was ready, so I watched you go. Sometimes you just don't know the answer till someone's on their knees and asks you. She would have made such a lovely bride. What a shame she's fucked in the head, they said. But you'll find the real thing instead. She'll patch up your tapestry that I shred.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my God.
So what's your Swiftism?
Okay, so the saying is one for the money, two for the show, three to make ready, and four to go.
Correct.
So she starts it off like the typical saying, because it's about for like it's a countdown typically for like races or
It's
whatever.
like a
Um,
kids thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a children's rhyme where like right before they get ready to do a race or maybe to clean up, they say that or whatever.
Yep.
So she starts it. It's like one, two, and she's like, I can't do this.
Yep.
Like it's almost like she was hyping herself up to be able to say yes.
Mm-hmm. To
And
keep
she was
going.
like, I was never ever going to be ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
I have to watch you leave. And then she switches the you, because here she goes, sometimes you just don't know the answer. And it's not the you as in the person. It's
Correct.
she's talking about herself here. So the speaker is talking about herself. And she goes, sometimes you just don't know until someone asks you. And now you're like, oh shit. I wasn't prepared to it. Maybe if we had talked about this beforehand, but you just sprung this on me. And now that I know, like now that you're asking me, I cannot say yes. And I
Yeah.
know I can't say
Yeah.
yes.
And I think it's also, I think we talked about this earlier where, or I guess Taylor said it in her thing, like two people go to a place, one wants to get married, the other one's going to break up. And I think when she saw it, she was like, oh, I know for sure. Like maybe there was a part of her that was like, maybe the speaker, maybe we can stay, maybe this could work. There's no way after seeing this.
I
Like,
got a new vision.
yep.
So I think when the speaker pulled the person who wanted to propose to them outside in the middle of the dance, that person probably went to like start to get on one knee and she pulled them back up to
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah. It's
Even
something.
more awkward. Even more awkward.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
you see them to get down. They're like, well, since we're alone out here, I just have something. And she's like, wait, stop.
No, for real. And like,
Oh my
and then
God.
we have this, we've seen this a lot in TTPD, but like all of this other people talking about you, right? That's here
Hmm.
too. Like we had the hometown skeptics, but now we have people just straight up gossiping. Like she would have made such a lovely bride. Too bad she's not right in the head.
And it's like, are they saying, and it's there's like two different like things going on here, because we can assume she's about to marry into a rich family just from the fact that it's like a mother's ring. He's got a Midas touch. It seems like there's some generational wealth
Yeah,
there.
the landing, the fact that it's called champagne
Exactly.
problems.
Exactly. So we know there's generational wealth. So you have the people, and we can kind of semi assume. It depends on how you want to take it. If the speaker comes from that or not, depending on how you read it. If the speaker doesn't come from that, it's even there's an interesting read there. But it's like, and it comes with the shame she's fucked in the head. Do they know the speaker is mentally ill, or are they calling her crazy for turning down
Yes.
the wedding?
Yep.
Like that's she's fucked in the head. It would have been such a gorgeous, stunning wedding. She would have looked so beautiful, but she had to say no. Who says no to marrying into the XYZ family? Right?
Yes.
Why would
Yes. I
you
love
have
that
to be
read.
crazy to
Yeah.
say no to that?
Yeah. Or a little
So
bit of
either
both.
exactly. So either they know that she's mentally ill, or they're like, oh, that's just a crazy person. And part of me is like, because I associate this song so much with Little Women, because it literally
Joe
is
March.
Little Women. It's Joe March and Lori so bad because Lori proposes to Joe, and Joe is like, no, I can't marry you. And everyone's like, why would she say no? Are
Yep.
you insane? And she's like, yes, I would be a terrible wife. I'd be a terrible bride. And then she's like, later, she's like, but I'm lonely and I want to be loved, and maybe I would say yes. But she didn't know what she was going to say till he asked her.
Yeah.
Like that was the whole thing.
Yep.
Um, and
Yep.
then she literally says literally that next line of "You'll find the real thing instead." Joe says that to Lori, where she's like, especially in the movie, she's like, "Look, you're gonna find some beautiful girl, and she's gonna love you for all that I couldn't, and I will watch you find someone beautiful." And Lori's like, "But I'll watch you finally fall in love." It's so good, but that's irrelevant. But
No, it is
it's
very
also
relevant.
completely
Sorry.
relevant. Exactly. Thank you. It's completely relevant because I love the fact that the speaker has so much love for the person she's turning down. She's not turning him down because she doesn't love him.
Yeah.
I think that's like the key because she wants him to find someone better. And she wants him to find someone that will do what, Hannah?
Who will hold his hand while dancing? Oh, let me read it in the correct
Hmm.
pronouns. And hold your hand while dancing. Never leave you standing, crestfallen on the landing with champagne problems. Your mom's ring in your pocket. Sorry, I just lost my spot. Your
Yep.
mom's ring in your pocket, her picture in your wallet. You won't remember all my champagne problems. And then the repetition. You won't remember all my champagne problems.
She's literally like, even though I say no because of this, and they're going to call me crazy, I'm going to be washed away in your past when you find the girl that's meant for you.
Yeah.
And when you find her, she's going to know exactly what she's going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's going to know that it's yes. And it'll be, you're going to do all the same things you did with me, and it'll feel better.
Yep.
And you won't remember that I caused, like, I made this mess.
But also, I think it's like this because for Taylor, she loves this the theme of memory and recollection, like,
Hmm.
and so for him to forget is must be so painful, right? Like I will
Yeah.
remember every detail of this night. Like I remember even us in the dorm, that one conversation that I said offhand. You guys probably don't even remember, but I remember that joke, and but you won't even remember me. Like I'm just a blip. Like which in a way I wonder if and again because I wonder if he even knew her because he proposed to her. He should have known she was having cold feet or something.
Exactly.
Like did he really know this woman? And I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think
also, part of me just think that's low key, like, for someone who's so preoccupied with memory and being haunted by memory, the greatest gift she can give to this person for breaking their heart is forgetting her and forgetting that heartbreak you felt. Like, the greatest gift I can give you is erasing it and replacing me with someone else because you don't
ooh,
have to feel this anymore.
but I will.
Yeah, I will, but you don't. And that's what I can do for you because you're going to find someone so perfect and shining in the way that I cannot be and never will be, that it what I did no longer will matter. And it's just going to be, again, it's a champagne problem. You're going to forget mine and everybody else will too. And I'll probably go live somewhere else so
Yeah.
I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
And it's the thing is, she says, you'll find the real thing. So she's implying that she was this fake thing, right?
Yeah.
And there's also like the implication, she's like, a tapestry is like a really beautiful woven thing. Like it's a woven picture sometimes, or it can be like a family crest, but it's like typically really big and woven. If you've ever seen Brave, they have a tapestry of the family that gets torn apart, and then they have to like sew it back together. Um, so she's like, I shredded that up. So all that work he put into like imagining their future together, all of that, she shredded it. And she's like, but this person is going to fix that. And I think that's such
Mm.
a beautiful sentiment to leave like this person on. She's like, you may be like, she opens up with, you're sad on the train, but she's like, look, in your future is going to be so much better. You won't even remember this night being sad on the train, right?
Yep.
It kind of reminds me of Midnight Rain in that sense. She's like, I'm stuck remembering this,
Oh.
but you're not because you're in a postcard of a happy family. And I can do that. Like, this literally is Sunshine Midnight Rain. Kind
Yeah, no, no, no. I think that totally works, and I love this idea that I love your connection with Joe and Laurie from Little Women. I also love your interpretation or the lens you can put on it of like this woman who maybe is trying to is like about to marry into this aristocratic family, right? And she's like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of other problems, but like there's that additional layer of wealth and privilege that's into it, which I think also works with the Champagne Problems title. And yeah, like these two, yeah, and it's very much like these two college sweethearts where I think they tried so hard to make it work, but she had to make herself smaller and smaller to the point where he just was in love with this idea of her, and she suddenly
of.
realizes like he doesn't love me, he loves this idea of me, and he
This
can't
tapestry he
yeah,
made of me,
yeah, he
even.
can't get to know me, and so I need to leave. Like I know the
Yeah.
mental illness thing is definitely a part of it, whether it's something very serious or something not as serious in terms of like health risk. But to me, I think that's not like the whole thing. I think some people put so much emphasis on it. I'm like,
And I don't think that's
yeah, I don't think that's
entirely
it.
it. No.
I do think that she does think that there are parts of me that are hard to love, is what I would say, right? Like almost that like the anxiety, right, of like peace, right?
Hmm.
Again, not correlating because the speaker of this song is clearly different from the more personal, like I think peace is a lot more diaristic, but still like
Hmm.
this idea that I can't be loved, you don't know me, and maybe he like even brushed over. He's like, oh, those things about you aren't a big deal, right? Oh, like you don't have to talk about it, or we'll fix it, or it's been fixed. But
Yeah, money can fix this.
yeah, and so
Midas touch type thing.
yeah, and so I think there's also that layer too of just like you're gonna find some girl who has everything put together, and you're not even gonna remember me, right? Which is a thing a lot of women struggle with, right? Where like, am I going to get replaced by a prettier, younger me? Um, but yeah, so I think there's a lot in there that I think people do connect with in terms of, being being unable to be yourself in a relationship where you're trying to be loved and known. So it is very sad.
I know. It's very sad, but it's also like this song is it's sad, but it's just it's interesting. Like it tugs on something
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my mind. Also, I was right. I just looked it up. And when I say I'm right, that's not what I meant. But but I was what I mean is Chevys are considered comparatively affordable cars. This is me like putting that lens of, is she the person in the relationship that has less money?
Mm.
Like, is there a problematic wage discrepancy relationship? Problematic wage gap relationship?
So funny.
And then, and I the reason I'm like looking at it through this lens and I find it so fascinating is because it's like, of course there are skeptics. Because I don't know how many skeptics are like, if they're both two rich people and they both went to the same nice college or whatever, um, how much are all the skeptics going to be like, oh, blah blah, it doesn't really matter, versus like, oh, he was marrying that poor girl, that middle class
Yeah,
girl, of
very
course.
Crazy Rich Asians kind of had that, right?
Exactly. And imagine, and when she did say no to him, and Crazy Rich Asians, the mom was like, why would you turn down a
Oh yeah,
guaranteed thing? And even her friend was like, good for you. You turned down his family and his big fat
yeah.
portfolio, real estate portfolio. But everybody was like, she's crazy for saying no
Hmm.
to being treated like that. Like, I would be treated like that for money, blah, 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 you know? And obviously they get back together. That's a whole different thing. Love Crazy Rich Asians. What a fantastic plane movie, and also just movie in general.
Incredible.
Um, I know, what a great movie. But I think it's interesting, and also interesting because if we go back to that Taylorism of the one for the money, two for the show, it's like almost she's like listing reasons for why they could get married of like for the money, for the like beautiful wedding show that would be put
Oh.
on. And then she
Ooh.
tries to list another reasons like I can't do it. I never was ready. I'm not ready to do this. So,
I like that connection. The one for the money, two for the show. Mm.
mhm.
I like that a lot.
It's just there's so many fun lenses you can look at this with.
I totally agree. I to circle back to the beginning. I still like this song. I still think it's great. It
Exactly.
is
Enjoy
fun.
it. Live, absolute
Yeah,
banger.
but when you rank things, some things just have to be not at the top. Okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, uh, yeah, haters, we love you still. Do you have any thoughts for the emoji?
Oh my gosh, low key to just throw people off, it should be a sunshine emoji because of midnight rain.
Okay, yeah, we could do a little. Okay, or do we want to do like a one like a money, because to let them, why are they talking about money, like like dollar bills for all the white champagne problems
Oh, we could do
richness.
that too.
Yeah, why don't you drop
We
something
could
with
do
money in
that.
it? Dollars, cents, dollar bags. I think there's like a stack of bills
Yeah.
with wings on it.
Yeah. Also, next week we get to do Gold Rush, which is gonna be so fun because we literally just talked about King Midas.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, and Gold Rush, oh gosh, I love that song. It is so good. Okay. Well, we don't want to start talking about Gold Rush now. I can already see Exquisite
Yeah.
dancing and singing to it on her in her head.
Yeah, it's literally in my head doing it.
So we will be back next week with Gold Rush. Please leave us a little emoji, and leave us a comment either on Spotify or a hashtag Evermore Seminars. We do check them, not right away, but we do check them, and it makes us so happy. And if you'd like to drop us a little tip on Ko-Fi, we would appreciate it. Basically, we just get coffee and matchas and stuff. So,
Yeah.
uh, thank you so
Maybe we can
much.
get champagne if we get enough.
Oh, Dom Perignon? Dom Perignon? I can't even say it correctly. Bye.
Bye.